If you think bow is broken, you're probably an asshole. Now, before you get too defensive, I want you to know that I don't hold it against you. You likely can't help being an asshole. It's difficult to change when you're battling a genetic predisposition and a terrible upbringing. It's okay. I'm here to help. And it's entirely possible that you're not an asshole. Let's take a closer look at the situation and see what else might be causing you to think that the bow in Monster Hunter Rise is broken. If you've been out of the loop for a bit, or just haven't been paying attention to the weapon type at all, here's a quick summary of the claim. Some very vocal people are saying that the bow is broken because you can fire 2 shots within 10 frames of each other. That's it, in a nutshell. I'm not going to go into the claims about whether the elemental damage calculation has an error in it. Capcom can correct their own homework if it's an error. So there's a 10-frame snapshot of a combo wherein, with a lot of practice and excellent timing, 2 shots can be fired. Now, this is just one very small chunk of a combo. It leaves out context entirely. Namely, you perform a charged sidestep, then release the trigger to release your arrow. Then, with perfect timing, you can perform a power shot with the A button. The arrows from each shot will hit the monster within 10 frames of each other. Now, this is a true statement. You can see it right here. Sounds insane, right? Well, if you're a dual blades user, it doesn't sound very impressive. If you're an alarmist, it sounds like the game is broken. Let's put these shots into context. Here's a regular charged shot, followed by a power shot and power volley. 57 frames to release 3 shots. Here's the alleged broken combo. 67 frames, but subtract 2 because my timing was 2 frames late. Yeah, it's that hard to do consistently. So 57 frames for a regular combo and 65 frames for the sidestep combo. Which one is broken? Okay, so that's 3 shots instead of 2. What about the first 2 shots? Well, that's 23 frames versus 30. Yes, the broken combo has more frames. That's really all the refutation that needs to be made to this silly claim of brokenness, and I could just leave it there. But I'm not the type to just leave it there. I won't name any names, but I even heard somebody say that, quote, Capcom doesn't like animation canceling, unquote. Oh, really? Look at me drink this potion. Look at all those frames. Now watch me drink the potion again. Oh, what happened? I evaded and canceled half of the potion animation. The potion animation can be canceled immediately after the potion takes effect. Likewise, the charged sidestep attack can be canceled immediately after the shot is fired. I'm not going to beat this dead horse by showing you dozens of examples of animation canceling. If you've played any game in the Monster Hunter series for more than about 15 minutes, you will know that a fundamental mechanic of the game is animation canceling. It is the one thing that new players struggle with the most. Why are these weapons so slow? I've heard it 1,000 times. I experienced it myself. As soon as I realized that you had to use combos properly timed to cancel all that extraneous animation, the game finally clicked for me and millions of others. Saying that Capcom doesn't like animation canceling is just fucking ridiculous. Now, this isn't the only combo where you see this kind of crazy animation canceling. In fact, you see it with every other move that you can do after a charged sidestep. Aerial aim. Canceled. Herculean draw. Canceled. They will even cancel from a regular charged shot. Why all the canceling? Why is this game so fast? This is not your grandpa's Monster Hunter. We have new features. We have the wire bug. We have wire bug moves. We have switch skills. These elements were introduced into the series to make the movements faster and more dynamic than in previous games. It's as simple as that. Wire bug moves and switch skills are not errors. They are by design. Combos are by design too. The charging sidestep charge shot is an infinite combo. It's not the first one Monster Hunter has had, and it won't be the last. And it doesn't have to be fast. There's a window during which you can chain to another move. This is by design too. It's so that you can time the combos according to the monster's movements and attacks. So, if you're not an asshole, why else might you think that the bow is broken? I offered these explanations. A. You have never played a Monster Hunter before, and therefore don't understand how integral animation canceling is to the design of the game. B. You don't understand that new versions of a game will introduce new features, and so things will work a little bit differently from previous versions. But if you already know these things and choose to ignore them, then the truth is probably C. You're just an asshole. You want to claim something is broken in an attempt to get Capcom to remove a feature from the game that millions of people are enjoying. Why you're like this is anybody's guess. Maybe you're using exploits in the game and are projecting this behavior onto others. Maybe you think you're smarter than the game developers, and this is your chance to prove it to the world. Maybe you're upset because nobody has shown you how to get the most out of your favorite weapon yet. Maybe you think Monster Hunter is somehow a competitive game, and that if one person wins, someone else has to lose. Maybe you just can't stand to see other people happy. I want you to know that there is hope for you. All you need to do is embrace change. Learn to love the new game features. Let people play the game the way it's designed, and let them enjoy it. As an addendum, I'd just like to say that if the bow combos trigger you, then please don't look very closely at the other weapon combos. You might have a mental breakdown.